Good morning. Welcome. Justin Equinedge back at it. Fairgrounds. What a day yesterday. I think we had 6 on top winners. We had an exacta best bet. Sophia Vives wired the field just like we talked about in what was that? Race 7. We had the 3 last winners. We won the Twin Spires cash tourney. We've been second in the Twin Spires feeder, which nobody really played, but I think we cashed $120 there plus what we won. We hit a try in the last race. It was our saver bet. We were trying to catch the guy in first in that feeder. He had like $500. Put a couple exactas in the try. The try got me 300. The exactas would have got me 500 to beat him. But what a day. And Sophia Vives, like, kudos to her, man. She is riding so well. It's fun to watch. Fairgrounds off the turf today. Another great competitive card, as we talked about. If we were not here yesterday, the me has completely transitioned, and you're going to find all these shippers. You got jockeys coming in from Delta. You got there's a lot going on here as the me ends. It was just like this last year, though, and I've talked about this. So let's dive in, though, because there's only about 10 minutes to post, and I want to get off before they go. I always try to do a video before the races go off. Pick 6 got big prize pool. The last race of the day is the hardest race of the card. So I don't know. I don't think the pick 6 probably can, with them coming off the turf and everything, I don't think it can pay a single ticket, but might be worth a play. I do like the early. I'll talk about a couple horses I like early. So if you're playing pick 5s, pick 3s, there's good options there. The first one in the first race. Let's watch the race sim. Iona McKenzie. I like this as a best bet. She is 5-1, 3-year-old fillies here in the first race. There's a lot of speed. She could be the speed of the speed. She might be able to sit right off. She actually wins the race sim here. We're on a sloppy track, but I think it does dry out. It's just cloudy and it looks warm. So as we move on, but she win the race sim here at 5-1. We take that all day. I'd be keen in horizontals. She's a must use. Pick 3s, pick 5s, not pick 4, but pick 3s, pick 5s. Ikea, it's a price. Maya Papaya going to take a lot of money for Beckman. But we look at the one for Mitch. You'll see it's a best bet for me. Comes double time on the drop. She has now got the lead. Mitch, bet Mitch get rich. He going to be sending here. And is our second genetic strength rating on the one horse. The 2 horse has a little bit of interest, but the trainer's no bueno. But, I think this horse can win the race and wins the race. Out of McKenzie, you're getting 9-2. She is taking some action off the 5-1 morning line, so others see it. But second time on the drop coming out of Remington Park. She's got a nice bullet work back here. She's been working steadily coming off that layoff out of Remington. Foster takes over. Foster and Mitch hit at 14%. I think she can win the race to kick off the day, and we might get 4-1. So I like the one there. If not, you got to spread a little bit, but I think she can beat this group. All right, let's keep going so we can make sure to get this done before they go. Race 2, I was 4-1-3-5 here. I don't have a huge preference. I think it's a good race. You'll see it's the picks, top win percents. The 7 does have a top GSR there, but off the pace, I wasn't sure. I thought the 6 and 7 might not fit here. Went a little bit more towards the speed. So 4-1-3-5 there. And then in race 3, look at the 7 horse, 3-2 on the E morning line off an 8-1 morning line. You might find some value. GSR there, I think, is a player. I was 5-7 here with the 1 and 3rd, but I think the 5 or 7 win this race. Classical Gas, Foley, Declan Cannon. Look at this work. 46.60. She looked prime and ready coming off the layoff. Was in Keeneland, was in Fairgrounds, was off the turf here. But you look at the GSR, our genetic strength rating, it's just kind of across the board. Liam's maps, way this way. The thing about this runner, that was a bullet work out of the gate. She broke slow in both those first two efforts, right? Both in the 9 post. As long as she breaks, she gone. There's no speed here. Look, we got pace square. She could run them off their feet. And we're getting 4 or 5 to 1, just like we talked about yesterday. The first race might be the same thing. So it's a great card. There's some good value to try to beat some favorites today, in my opinion, whether it's race 1 or here in race 3. If you're playing the pick 5, the pick 3, the track is sloppy. I'm looking at it right now. We got 6 minutes to post in the first race, but I love Classical Gas here. You know, you can look at the end here. The 1 and 7 are there. I like the Exacta here as well. I think that it's a great play. I think the 5 or 7 win the race. I think you could beat Gus's Gal, the 1 for Joe Sharp and Jose. Going to take action. Has also been not breaking well, but is off the drop. But Classical Gas, if she breaks, she gone. Get a good price. Race 4. We on race 4. There we go. 5, 7, 8. I don't have a huge preference here. I was 5, 7, 8 in the order of equinage. The 8 for Miss Sophie, who paid us well yesterday. I think if the pace falls apart, she got a shot to come rolling. I like the Exacta and try in this race with those 3. So, you know, kind of figure it out. Maybe it's 50 cents each way, play them. You know, I think it can pay pretty good. But I like that there. And again, not like huge preference, whatever. The 8 probably is the toughest to get there because she comes off the pace, but I think as a player. Race 5 is off the turf. You know, it's between these 3. You know, a long time, has a really nice work coming out of Oaklawn there. You know, has 2 races now in the Joe Sharp barn. Ben Curtis, he can win. Beach Invasion, of course, fits. Mr. Cameo had a good one for us yesterday on the drop. This horse fits on the lead. And then Hall & Oates for Brittany Russell, you know, as a firster here. Don't dismiss this horse. It is the second pick. So not really a great races. They got washed off the turf. I think it's between those 3. Race 6, you know, and after, you know, race 1, race 3, and race 6 are probably my strongest opinions because the next 2 races are tough, so we won't spend a lot of time. I'm trying to beat from scratch. This horse, 51%. I'm not worried about it. I think the 3 presses the 4. And the 4 is not great, and we will look at that. I think Mooney Pie come rolling. I like the 6 a lot. It's my top pick. I am 6-1-7. I think the 4 is a vulnerable favorite. I think you can beat this horse. They're going 6 on a sloppy track, so watch what happens early. The track may dry out, though. The sun looks like it's out as they get going here. You might end up with a dry track, and I always tell people, you don't like a horse, you don't like a favorite. You too, Scrat. Good luck. We're going to try to stay hot. We hot yesterday. We're going to try to keep it going. You don't like a favorite? Cut him on the race sim. The 6, Mooney Pie, win the race. 3 to 1, 4 to 1, top genetic strength training, got pace to chase. Hopefully the 3 presses the 4. The 6 sit the trip for Mr. Sam David, Martin Pedroza. The real deal, these 2 do well. 23% together. Was in a 64 last out and ran 3rd off the pace, came rolling in that allowance group. We find another state-bred allowance that's a 58. Much, much easier. You know, this horse can win off the pace, and I think the 3 going to press the 4. We look at the 4 from scratch. I mean, 1 for 16 hit the board. This horse loves 2nd and 3rd, like the Exacta here underneath. 6 over the 4, and maybe some tries with the 1 and 7 in the mix in the 2nd and 3rd picks. But I like Mooney Pie a lot to come and beat this horse. I mean, the 4 horse was on the turf over at San Diego. This horse was at my home track in Emerald Downs here in Seattle. Ran in the Hastings Stakes. Couldn't win, burned some money in a 58, didn't run. Horse needs the lead, might get it, but I think the 3 can press. I think softens the 4 up, and I think the 6, Mooney Pie, come rolling. All right, 2 minutes to post. We got this done quick today, which is good. I'm 254, 910 here. Pretty big spread if you're playing horizontals. Again, narrower probably to start the pick 6, pick 5. I'm not sure I'm gonna play it, but gonna hopefully hit this first race in the Twin Spires tourney. We're getting 8-1, 8-1 on the one horse in race 1. If you just joined us, a great price to start off the card. Man, that's crazy that the one horse is 8-1. But I thought it was a tough race. Look at the 2-horse Whiskey Business. Do not dismiss this horse. I put this horse on top. I think you get great value. But Huck's Agenda, Honor Azteca can win. 9 and 10 would be deep spread. So 2, 5, 4, 9, 10. And the last race of the day, spread. This race, I think, is wide open. I think I put the 7 on top, a 5-1 off of 12-1. I think that horse can win. But I would be deep spread in this race. Many horses could win this race. This is a very difficult race, in my opinion. The 3 and 5 are no lock. I would deep spread in the last. All right, y'all. If you just joined us, race 1, 2 minutes. We like the one. Iona McKenzie wins the race sim, currently 8-1. Big price. This race is wide open. The 5, I think, is getting over bet. Definitely fits here. I think the 3 is getting over bet. When you look, there's a lot of speed here. I think the 1 could be the fastest and or maybe sits the trip from the rail. Rail is always a good spot. Running 6 or running 2 turns on the main track. And then we talked about the 5-horse race 3. So, all right, y'all. Good luck. Great racing this weekend. Lots of what we got. I think the Fountain of Youth, and lots of great racing at Gulfstream Park. We'll be here covering Fairgrounds all weekend. Good luck. Press your opinion. NHC in 2 weeks. We be there. Oldie and I will be covering live. Have fun. Go Mariners. You're going to hear me talk about that all year. And chat soon. Have a good day.